One of the most praised cartoon shows of all time was created by Matt Groening, the creator of the top-rated cartoon show The Simpsons. The show in question is Futurama, and it was created 10 years after The Simpsons was first released. There were several episodes in Futurama that were simply amazing, but what are the 10 most remarkable episodes of Futurama? Watch this video to the end to find out. So, which are the top 10 best Futurama episodes? During its time on air, the animated series Futurama, which aired on both Fox and Comedy Central, featured characters voiced by Billy West, Katie Sagal, John DiMaggio, and others. It told the tale of Philip J. Fry, a snobby pizza delivery man who accidentally freezes himself for 1,000 years, before awakening to a strange and frequently humorous future. With the help of Bender, his dependable best friend, Leela, a single-eyed love interest, and a large group of strange aliens, Fry keeps navigating the future in the most intriguing and ludicrous way imaginable. It's a tremendously amusing show that also successfully incorporates social criticism and Groening's trademark heart. And it's because of this wonderful amalgamation of components that we feel the need to list the top 10 Futurama episodes. In 10th position, we have episode 6 of the first season, A Fish Full of Dollars. While Fry's been frozen for a millennium, his bank account hasn't been, as he discovers in A Fish Full of Dollars, the 6th episode of Futurama's first season. Evidently, the 93 cents Fry had in his savings when he was frozen accumulated significant compound interest over the years, and he's now wealthy beyond his wildest imaginations, to the tune of $4.3 billion. Of course, money is nothing if you can't spend it on long-lost or incredibly rare stuff. The world's top robot producer would also like the anchovies, as their oil indicates a way to indefinitely lubricate robots. But there's a small snag along the way. With his newly discovered wealth, Fry sets his sights on purchasing the very last can of anchovies. The absurdity of witnessing Fry amass significant 20th century relics just heightens the comedy of the situation. Next on this list is episode 7 of the 3rd season, The Day the Earth Stood Still. An alien invasion would be a horrible choice for a science fiction cartoon, but fortunately, Futurama touches on the topic more than once. The best of these occurrences takes place in this episode, in which a multitude of enormous floating brains invade Earth and render its inhabitants as stupid as they're able to be. Philip J. Fry, fortunately for the world, is already as stupid as he can be. As a result, it will be up to him and Leela's sentient pet Nibbler, a powerful being who merely poses as a pet, to prevent the brains from trying to eliminate all intelligent thought from the cosmos. The episode, which frequently references the day the Earth stood still, is still among the most well-liked in the entire run, and is renowned for revealing Nibbler's intelligence. Next, we have the 9th episode of the first season, His Other Robots. This episode helps explain why the show's Bender-focused episodes are some of its best. The episode His Other Robots, in which Bender develops a crippling addiction to electricity and later joins the Church of Robotology to cope, contains notable allusions to Dante's Inferno, complete with the 9 levels of robot hell that Bender is sentenced to after abandoning the Church of Robotology to indulge in alcohol and Next is Season 4, Episode 12, Where No Fan Has Gone Before. This episode is where the show's love of Star Trek reaches its zenith. The episode opens with Fry, Leela, and Bender being court-martialed for visiting the forbidden planet Omega-3. The three then discuss the circumstances that led to their study of the world, which involved long-lost Star Trek cassettes and one extremely ardent fan. Star Trek is outlawed in the future after becoming a major religion, so the group is forced to search for the tapes, along with the majority of the original cast, on Omega-3, where Melvar, a being made entirely of energy who adores Star Trek and obsessively watches the tapes, keeps them alive and young. In 6th place, we have Season 2, Episode 4, Fry and the Slurm Factory. Futurama is frequently at its best when mocking or making fun of iconic works of entertainment, whether it's Star Trek, The Day the Earth Stood Still, or other works, as this list has shown so far. The 2nd season's 4th episode, Fry and the Slurm Factory, gives Fry and his friends a Willy Wonka-style tour of the Slurm Factory, where the most well-known drink in the universe is made. The episode is one of the most remarkable in the history of the show, since since it has the essential parody framework and Groening's biting social commentary. We are now halfway through this list. Let's proceed with the second half. In 5th place, we have Season 5, Episode 16. The hands are idle playthings. The robot makes a comeback in this episode, but this time he's after Fry rather than Bender. Fry strikes a bargain with the robot devil to trade for some more nimble hands after growing irritated with his inability to play the holophonor, a futuristic instrument that mixes sound and pictures. The Hands Are Idle Playthings is a musical episode featuring operatic performances, but it also has a lot of heart because it focuses a lot on Fry's affections for Leela, which are what made him want to play the holophoner in the first place. In 4th place, we have the 10th episode of the 3rd season, The Luck of the Fryrish. Futurama's episodes that focus on Fry's history tend to be some of the most moving ones, because despite the show's humor, there's a sadness that runs beneath it all. As a result of being separated from the world he previously knew, Fry now lives in what is basically the future, which is exciting, but also implies that everyone and everything he once knew has long since vanished. Through the portrayal of his brother Yancey, Fry's history is hinted at in this episode. Yancey, who was incredibly successful in his day, is credited with his multiple victories because of the lucky 7 leaves he stole from Fry. The Luck of the Fryrish is a moving episode that explores the concept of fate. It also makes fantastic use of Simple Minds' Don't You Forget About Me, much like The Breakfast Club. Now we're moving into the top 3 greatest episodes of Futurama. In 3rd place, we have the 19th episode of the 3rd season, Roswell That Ends Well. As the praises of Roswell That Ends Well might suggest, it is one of the most well-known episodes in the show's history. It won an Emmy for Outstanding Animated Programming. In Roswell That Ends Well, the Planet Express crew accidentally transforms into the spacecraft that crashed and landed in Roswell in the year 1947, after witnessing a supernova from a vast distance. Roswell That Ends Well is a laugh-a-minute episode that concludes with Fry becoming his own grandfather. Because what's time travel without a little unintentional incest, right? It contains several inside jokes and references to Back to the Future. In 2nd place, we have the 2nd episode of the 5th season, Jurassic Bark. Jurassic Bark is the show's most devastating episode to date, and one of the most sob-inducing works of animation you could possibly come across. In Jurassic Bark, viewers watch as Fry tries to have a creature cloned in order to have his former best buddy back after learning that a dog skeleton in a museum is actually his old dog Seymour. Bender behaves petulantly in response to the introduction of a new best buddy, with serious repercussions. Without giving away the ending, we can safely guarantee that after watching this episode, you'll have a new perspective on the phrase man's best friend. And if you have a dog, you'll be sure to go show him or her some affection right away. The greatest episode of Futurama is the 8th episode of the 4th season, Godfellas. Futurama never shied away from posing difficult questions, and it's this willingness to deal with serious, thought-provoking material that sets it different from many of its Cartoon Network rivals. In Godfellas, the program examines complex ideas like existentialism, religion, and the purpose of life, while still managing to make viewers laugh out loud and occasionally shed a few tears. Godfellas is a highly intelligent and spectacularly humorous episode that follows Bender as he's launched into space and then transforms into a godlike figure for the small alien civilizations that grow to love him. It also asks more of its audience than a typical cartoon would ordinarily dare. The episode is one of the most critically lauded in the history of the series, and is unquestionably our favorite Futurama episode of all time. It also features the true God, assuming there is one, and if there is, he's merely the Bender to our puny alien civilization. Do you agree with this list? If not, what episode do you think should have appeared on the list that didn't? Also, what positions do you think should have been different on the list? Let us know your opinion in the comments section. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.